Individual item is obviously prestige candy cane. I sold one for $500. $500.
Before I start, I would like to state this video is in no way an endorsement of trading in-game items for Robux or for real money, nor is this video in any way meant to encourage you to go to any of the servers discussed later in the video. With that being said, let's get right into the actual discussion. The term black marketing, when used in the context of Roblox, often refers to the use of real-world currency, Robux, and cross-trading to acquire items in-game. Players can trade virtual items on the platform for other virtual items, or a combination of Robux and virtual items. However, this seems to not apply with in-game items, which fall into an entirely different category. When I attempted to get evidence for this claim that trading in-game items for Robux or real money was against Roblox terms of service, I had trouble finding a definitive answer or statement from Roblox themselves. However, the official Adopt Me Twitter page, one of the biggest games on Roblox, has made a statement about this before, and their tweet reads as follows. Trading items for Robux, real money, or cross trades, items in other games, is against Roblox rules, and if you buy or sell Adopt Me items for real money or Robux, your account and all your alt accounts will be banned. Now, I could go on for a few more minutes analysing the Roblox TOS and seeing where it outright says this, but this is not the focus of the video, so I won't. Getting back to the actual discussion though, regardless of the official stance of Roblox itself, most big games on the platform officially do not allow black marketing. This is the case for Grand Peace Online, where it is also banned. However, banning something does not mean that it never happens. The truth is, the GPO black market community is very much alive. Two main black marketing servers I'll be focusing on in today's video are Free Fruits GPO server and the Chad Trading GPO server. Both of these servers have somewhere in the ballpark of 5,000 members, but interestingly they also have the vanity URLs GPO and GPO Fruits. The fact that they have the invite GPO probably led a lot of people to mistakenly join the server, believing it was in fact the official Grand Peace Online server. The main way these servers grow, though, appears to be through an invite system where members are rewarded for inviting others. There are many GPO black market servers which follow a similar model. However, be warned, many of these servers are likely scams, and it is entirely possible when it comes to time to redeem your invites that you will get nothing. The server, Free Fruits GPO, encourages players to invite others by offering them a chance to redeem invites for items and fruits. I will put on screen now a list of how many invites are required for which items and which fruits. The most interesting of these are the Prestige Bag, which requires 450 invites, and then the Prestige Candy Cane, which requires a crazy 1,000 invites. Although, for less ambitious players, you could always settle for a Zushi or a Gura, which only require a modest 25 invites. I think it would be tragic though if you spent all your time, potentially hours, inviting 1,000 people, only to realize it was a scam and have the original account banned and the server keep the players you invited. And then of course the cycle would continue as they would invite others to fill their requirements. However, this could be your fate if you decide to trust in a black market server which turns out to be a scam. Now, invites aside, I'm pretty sure most of you didn't click on this video to find out about how many invites you need for certain things. Let's talk about the real interesting stuff. How much things cost in real money. Both of the servers that I mentioned are owned by a user called Chadster, and he has his own black market channel on both servers, and in this channel he sells a wide range of devil fruits and in-game items, ranging all the way from Zushi, which he is selling for a low amount of $6, all the way to Tori, which is sold for $25. Other rarer items like Prestige Candy Cane and Fruit Bag do not have a price displayed. However, as you'll see later in the video, they definitely have been sold before, and the prices they were sold for may surprise you. Now I could go on, but I feel as though most of what I would say is already covered in the interview. So without further ado, I present to you my interview with Chadster, owner of two of the most prominent GPO black market servers. So how long have you been involved with the Grand Peace Online black market?
Been involved since last February, about 2 months since release. Yeah, it's like update 1.1. Yeah.
That's actually really early since the game released. That's like, damn, so you've been there right from the beginning. So what are the biggest changes in the entire process from when you started to now?
Well, the community has definitely been interesting. It's been changing. I've seen more members, more people joining the GPO black market. See FOU also like he's been changing. For example, like he used to like ban a lot of black marketers. Now he doesn't care because there's a lot of black marketers. Feel like he can't manage it. So yeah, that's one of
So
the big changes.
yeah, so like new items have been added, obviously, like Tory and Prestige Bag and that sort of thing. I'm assuming those have been like, has that increased the overall price for items at all, or has it still been pretty consistent?
Well, you see, the thing is, Tory was actually really I mean, highly valued when it released, just like any other item. And when Tory came out, it was actually like around 200 USD, if like on average.
200
But then,
USD. That's crazy.
yes, yeah, that's pretty
That's an
crazy.
insane
Yeah,
amount. Yeah.
but yeah, that was Tory's price. And then it dropped. Now it's like what? Now people are getting fruits a lot easier because of certain methods. And I will not disclose those methods, but there are a lot of people with fruits now. So yeah,
Yeah, I imagine it's probably a
but
lot of exploiting, maybe like dungeon scripts or whatever. But again,
yeah, see those around. Yeah,
probably not the best idea to reveal that to for you. But for the main,
yeah.
let's go back to the actual interview questions. So, are there a lot of
Okay,
scams which occur in the black market servers, or is it all pretty like is it all pretty
of
civilized,
course.
or
Of
lots of
course,
scams?
there's bound to be a lot of scams in black markets because that's why people always get scammed in black markets. They refer to black markets as scam markets, and you just have to find the right ones like that are reputable, and you can't like trust random people because mostly when people like are desperate for a Logia, they go to a black market and then they find the first person they see, they buy it from them, just a random person, and they get scammed, and their whole experience is ruined. But
So, how
yeah,
do
that's
you,
that's
as a owner of these servers, how do you deal with people who try and use your server to scam other players?
well, it's pretty noticeable. Like someone tries to scam, or when actually someone gets scammed because they obviously create a report. But I'll definitely ban them from most mutual servers. We have a bot it's called the global ban bot, and it bans the user and their IP from all markets pretty much.
Yeah.
And I mean, they can still create alts, but
Yeah,
we
so
try
I'm
to
not
create a
convinced
guide.
about the safety and security of it all, but I'll take your word for it. But moving along, this is more a personal question. So how much
Yeah,
money do
sure.
you think in like an average month you as the owner of these two big black market servers would make? Like on average from selling purely GPO items and fruits?
Well, the market, like from when I was starting to like last June, like October. I mean, I've been taking breaks, but I was making a lot of money. I first started out, made around 20,000 from March till May, 2 months.
Wait, so 2 months
And then
you made 20 grand? Like USD
yeah,
or like Robux? This is USD,
USD,
right? Jesus,
USD,
that's a lot
yes.
of money.
It
But
is quite a lot of money,
yeah.
and that was actually really interesting because I had never thought that I'd get this far from fucking Roblox fruits, and it sounds ridiculous when you tell your friends and stuff like, "Oh shit, I've been on Roblox." They laugh at you, but it's funny to look back at. But yes,
Yeah, 20
that's
grand is a crazy amount. So, like, how much have you sold? Because you said, like, Tory sold for like 200, right? How much was the most expensive item, like, individual item you ever sold in your entire
individual
time marketing?
individual item is obviously prestige candy cane. I sold one for $500. Like
$500 for a prestige candy cane? It's a lot of
yes,
money. Who
it
is
is a lot of
buying
money.
all these items? Is it kids usually or is it adults or?
Yeah, well, bro, like there's a lot of kids in the market, but there's also like teenagers and adults that are buying this stuff. And they also could be using their parents' money. But the more you sell, the more you realize that there's a lot of like people who have money in the world and they just don't know what to spend it on. Or they
Yeah,
just have a lot of money and they have the capability to spend it on that stuff.
this is just reminding me of another question that I haven't actually written down, but do you
Yeah,
get a lot of
yeah.
like requests from like YouTubers? Like don't name any names obviously, but like do you get any like YouTubers who approach you and who are like I need items for a video, that sort of thing? Do you ever get that or?
I have. I have. I just recently created this free fruits GPO server. It was meant for like people to kind of get, I don't know, just to build like a kind of like a GPO community. But it kind of failed, and I'm just doing giveaways now. But some YouTubers have asked to collaborate with me, and they're like, "Oh, so I have like a big platform. If I invite my fan base to the server, will you give me a Logia?" And I'm like, uh, nah, because like I don't know. I'm not really familiar with YouTube collaborations, and I don't
Yeah,
really
it
particularly
feels like they're
want.
getting a fruit
Yeah,
off you for like It's like saying, "Hey, I'm going to pay you in promotion," which probably
Yeah,
doesn't go
yeah, pretty much.
which probably doesn't go so far, especially when they're like advertising to their fans who are probably less likely to join a server like this because of the stigma around
Yes.
black marketing. How do you get around bans and other obstacles put in place to reduce black marketing? So obviously FOU doesn't want you black marketing, so how do you get around his like bans and obstacles?
How do you get around bans from FOU? And well, there's a lot of ways. You just have to think outside of the box. I mean, the most obvious one is just create alts, whether it be Discord alts, Roblox alts. Or, I mean, you can't just be stuck to one account. Like, that's obviously not the way to go. And well, there's a lot of ways to avoid being detected by FOU, I guess. So that's the question.
Yeah, it's a great answer. But how do you think, also, do you think the black marketing will always exist in GPO and the anime Roblox community? Or do you think it will be like just a temporary thing? Like, I can't really see a future where people aren't trying to make money through this game. And I was wondering, from your perspective, do you see it having a future in the anime space? Or is it just going to be like that's basically the question.
Oh, of course, of course. Like this is like just the beginning. Like people are starting to see that this is like profitable. You can make money off it. Like I know so many people in the GPO Black Market community that aren't just from America, they're from Vietnam, from like all parts of the world, starting to get into it. Like this isn't just limited to GPO. Like this is like YBA, Your Bizarre Adventure, ASTD, like what other games? Deep Woken. This is gonna be for any game that's like has like tradable items or like anything that has some sort of rarity. For example, GPO is like Logias, those pretty rare. So that'll like be like how it is in the future.
Do you think it's inevitable that like black marketing will always exist in the Roblox anime community and the Roblox community at large?
Yes, because yeah.
Like basically
Definitely.
any game that has rare items will try and like there'll be players who are going to try and sell those rare items for obviously real world currency.
Yes, and
Yeah.
even if they don't have tradable items, like if you ever played Rogue Lineage, I know people who play it. It's like a game where like you get a stacked account. You can even sell the account. Like it's
Yeah.
not just in-game items. You can sell accounts,
And you also sell
etc.
services, right? You sell like leveling services.
Oh yes, I do those. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's also like another thing that's basically regardless of what the devs try and do, black marketing will probably exist forever in this community,
Yes.
and it's very hard to get rid of. But this is a more like I guess it's like a moral question, but it's also just like a practical question. Do you think
Mhm.
black marketing should be banned?
Do I think it should be banned? I think scammers are definitely they should be banned. Whether or not black marketing should be banned, my opinion will be biased because I'm a black marketer. Technically, it's like morally, it's not even that wrong because you're just selling an item like quite literally like kind of like an NFT. Like it's just like
Yeah.
a regular item to a person. If you give it to them, everybody's satisfied, everybody's happy. I get the money, they get the item. I don't think it's morally wrong. It's just the devs will obviously like they're losing money, I guess, maybe or
I
like,
think Roblox
but
loses the most amount of money because when I think Roblox obviously gets a lot of money from like people who purchase game passes. I think it's like they take 30% of any sort of like Robux transaction that happens on the site.
hmm
So that sort of
yep,
stuff. Like I feel like Roblox would definitely be the biggest loser if black marketing was
hmm
allowed to be like fine. But I think also from like a terms of service perspective, I think they could come into like get in trouble if people were getting scammed a lot because they might be held
yes,
accountable for that. But me
yeah,
personally, I know that the GPO devs are not going to like this, but although I won't endorse black marketing for obvious reasons, I don't see a problem with it. And like you said, I could see it having a place in the same sense of NFTs and this sort of thing. If anything,
hmm
it's much better than NFTs because NFTs themselves, like they have of course the issue of crypto, which is not that great for the environment.
hmm
But whereas like trading for real money, for Roblox items, in reality, like I feel like it's a victimless thing. Like no one really loses unless you're obviously a scammer. But like in that sense,
hmm
you know. So personally, I think it should be fine. But that's my opinion. Also, again, not endorsing this because you will get banned if you try and do it. But yeah,
yeah.
that's all my questions. Thank you for being so helpful. It was great to have this kind of insight. I've always been curious about this.